October 3rd, 2022, I walked into my dad's living room to find that he had passed away. Let's rewind. My dad has spent about a month or so in the hospital. Blood transfusion, a toe removal, this and that. And my dad had a history. He had one heart attack maybe 7 years ago. I, his only daughter, and my dad was never married, had all the responsibilities. He tells me he doesn't want to go into hospice care. If there's anyone to take care of him, it's me. I say, okay. A week later, from that heartfelt conversation in the hospital, is when he passed away from his second heart attack. The night before, he was cooking, he drove, he smoked his weed, he was fine. Last time I saw him, I had came home from a date, and he was in the bathroom, and he said that my dinner was on the oven, and make sure to come back in the morning because we had doctor's appointments to make. I had just changed his insurance, and so we just got the new insurance card. I said yes, okay. I love you, good night. Good night. In the morning, I go over to check on him, to make those doctor's appointments with him. Walk into the living room. First, to your left-hand side, there's a hallway, and it goes towards the bathroom and to the bedroom. You walk a little bit forward, and you look to your right. That's the living room. So when I had entered the apartment, I had looked left. Bathroom light was off. Bedroom light was off. Shouted out, "Daddy! Daughter!" Didn't hear nothing. Didn't think nothing of it. Maybe he went to the donut shop. Maybe he decided to do some driving. No problem. Look to my left, and I see my dad. It looked as if he was trying to get into bed. So I go over to help him. I put my hand on his back. He was cold. He wasn't like freezing cold. Like cold, like he had needed to be covered with a blanket. Like cold. Daddy. No. I turn his body, and he's like, I turn his body over to the floor, so his back is on the floor. And I call the ambulance. My dad had a do not resuscitate order. And my dad and I have had several conversations about what to do and my job. And so my job, do whatever I wanted to do with my dad. He didn't give a fuck. Okay. So, call the ambulance. They still put me through the CPR process. I said, put him down, call 911. They said, do compressions. I went ahead and I just did it. And all that was like 3 seconds. He's gone. I know he's gone. My daddy is dead. I hear the ambulance people coming the paramedics coming up the stairs. My door was wide open. I get up and I look into the hallway. The first person I see is Noah. He's like, what happened? And I'm like, he's gone, he's gone, he's gone. And then my dad was pronounced dead. It was a heart attack. He hadn't been dead long. It wasn't overnight. It wasn't hours. He had been gone just a few minutes. I will never forget that. That's what he said. Noah calls Sam. Sam is in the middle of his work shift. Sam rushes over. I call my sister. My sister lives 2 hours away. She gets here in 45 minutes. Less than that. They're wearing her muumuus. They're wearing her fucking bonnet. Okay. I had to pick up my daughter up from school. And I'm walking into... I first called my daughter's school. Called her counselor. Her counselor put her in one of the offices. And we were waiting for the more people to come and pick up my dad's body. So my dad's body is still on the living room floor. And I when I had put my dad's body on his back, everything that was in him came out of him onto my right leg. So I had to shower. I had to rinse it all off of me. And I did that once the officers had left and the paramedics had left. Once everyone fucking left. Showered, changed, went to tell my daughter. I didn't even have to tell her. She saw me come in and I'm wearing all black. And she's like, Grandpa's dead. And I hugged her and held her and we were just crying. And I said, you come home so you can say bye to him because we're not going to see him again. My dad was cremated and my dad's ashes are in my kitchen. But that was the last time. My dad was a single dad. He raised me. My dad raised my daughter. He really... The only little comfort that I have is that he was like, Mona, I'm ready to go. And I was like, that's so fucking selfish. And he was like, you'll be okay even on your own. You've been taking care of yourself and taking care of us. And I know that she's gonna be okay because she has you. That was a conversation we had in a hospital room because he wanted to be at home. He wanted to be with us. And he got his wish. And he didn't want to be resuscitated anyway. And I did everything.